Evening next at 6 on Prime7 News. The first stage of Tamworth Hospital's multi-million-dollar redevelopment is just about finished. We'll give you a sneak peek at what will be the new emergency department, maternity unit and ICU. A big day for Bundarra. The first sod turned on a new Emu crossing bridge. Are working mothers treated equally in the workplace? A new report says they are not. And hundreds of riders headed to North Star for the annual trail ride. That's next at 6. Tonight, a sneak peek. The first stage of Tamworth Hospital's redevelopment almost complete. A big day for Bundarra. The first sod turned as work gets underway on a new Emu crossing bridge. Are working mothers treated equally in the workplace? A new report says they are not. And revved and ready, hundreds of riders headed for the North Star trail ride.
This is Prime7 News with Fiona Ferguson.
And Jess Smith has Sport Next as illness ends Heinrich Hausler's Tour de France bid. And riders ready to tackle the most rugged trails North Star can offer.
Good evening. First up tonight, it's not a race but an adventure, not a solo ride but a family affair. What started as a few mates and their dirt bikes has turned into the famous North Star trail ride, likely to attract another 1,400 riders this weekend. What is it that turns a town of 50 people into a trail bike mecca? Well, for these two, that answer is simple.
I've got my dad there, and I've got my own kids there, and we just blast around and have a really good time riding dirt bikes. Bit of a party Friday and Saturday night as well.
It's that thrill of sitting above two wheels that drove Jeff Nixon and his mates to create a trail ride 9 years ago. These were two of 60 at that first event. What happened after that was beyond all expectations.
The next year we decided to go again, and all of a sudden 250 bikes turned up out of nowhere. And then the following year it was 500, then 800, then 1,000, and they just kept coming.
These die-hard dirt bikers couldn't resist a quick ride before the weekend, where they'll tackle 5 tracks in 300 square kilometres, trails ranging from 300 metres to 80 kilometres, and everything in between.
We've got really top riders come and they use our event as a bit of a practice platform, but we've also got the 4-year-old on his Pee-wee that's never ridden before. He comes there, he can ride, and he can have just as much fun as the other guys.
And it's not just for the fellas. Plenty of female riders also take to the famous terrain, and they'll all be back this weekend for the North Star Trail Ride, where for one weekend, the small town becomes the centre of the dirt bike world.